It's been a long time.
It's been ages.
Bloody ages, like.
When did we record episode 150?
In April, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. God, it's been 2 whole months. Jesus.
Then we did 99 after that, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Remotely.
Yeah,
right?
we did.
We recorded 99 after episode 50. It was all very confusing, but we haven't spoken to each other. And it's been weird. I haven't spoken to Peter as well in like a month and a half.
Which is very odd when you work together.
We sit next to each other. It's
made
been a
videos
challenge.
really weird.
Yeah.
Has everyone been? Anything exciting happened?
No.
Not really. It's just a bit warm, isn't it?
It's a bit wild.
I mean, lots of current affairs things have happened since last time. There's been the Jubilee.
Oh, of course.
For those who care about things like that. There's been
The Queen's Jubblies.
God.
There's been Joris Bonson nearly getting in big trouble twice because we had the Partygate results and then we also had the vote of no confidence.
Good times.
Other stuff has happened too, probably. I don't know, but
I'm happy that in the last 3 months of the world kind of collectively going to shit, I got to enjoy a night at Pop World, which was a good beacon of joy. I think it's I don't know. There's something special about Pop World. For people who aren't familiar, Pop World is just, if you condense British culture, all the worst bits of it, into one big hot sweaty dark room, it exists in that space, and
They have one in every city. It's great. It's like a church or a cathedral. You're not considered a city in the UK if you don't have a Pop World.
I was remiss. I had some friends visiting, and I'm used to Pop World in Newcastle where it's free entry. And when I rocked up to the front door, I was like, "Do you have to pay to get in?" It's like, "Yeah, it's a tenner." I was like, "What? For Pop World? Shut up!" And then actually, no, that was fine. I dealt with that. I was like, "Whatever, I'll get over that." And I paid £8 for a drink. We went to the front of the club, and then 2 lady dancers came up and had these champagne glasses filled with glitter and unleashed it. And it was
God.
a never-ending torrential rain of glitter for like literally, I'm not lying, 5 minutes. And my drink by the end of it had like an inch thick layer of confetti
I
in
would
it.
be so furious. Glitter it should be illegal.
Well, yeah, it wasn't even like the nice glitter. It was the good old-fashioned fish-killing plastic glitter. It was. I had fun nonetheless.
That's
all
terrible.
The British classics.
That's glitter.
It's been the highlight of my last 2 months.
Well, that's you all caught up then. Should we?
That's it.
That's what's happened.
That's everything. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official Vidiots podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some questions from you at home and obey the law of the 3 Rs, where everybody brings
a thing along to talk about.
I'm Ben.
I'm Peter.
I'm Michael.
Brilliant. It was nice doing it in the same room, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot less. There's a lot less fear in it. It's you can just have faith. You can look the person in the eyes and know that you're gonna pod at the right time
and just get on with it.
What we should do is just insert the audio from that episode every time now in all future recordings.
On. Yeah, maybe we should. I was about to say at this point I would normally ask you how you've been, but we've just done that.
We've literally just done that. Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to tell you to give us money. That's what I'm going to do.
Nice.
Welcome back. New century of episodes, new us. We're money hungry, and we're going to completely ruin the format and ruin the podcast for everyone because we're going to just make it all about making as much money as possible. Every thing will be sponsored now, from now on.
Every sponsored thing, imagine that.
Every question comes from a Fortune 500 company as well.
Right, yeah.
So I think you've got the questions, Peter. I think the first one's from Shell.
It is. They want to know, do we really care about seals and penguins? Do we really? The answer, of course, is no.
I've heard that fish actually love oil, so...
They do.
That.
Like fish oil.
It makes fish delicious.
That's where they get it from. How are those cod livers going to function if we don't pour oil in the ocean?
Precisely. And that keeps that keeps my joints working too. My
It
cod liver
does.
oil tablets. I mean, how can I have that without the other one?
So that's question one
it's
done.
really exciting 100 episodes for you guys coming up. It's going to be great, and you're going to love it. However, on a serious note, if you did want to support us financially, not that you have to, you could go to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. If you donate £3 or more, you'll get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the podcast. You will join Pod Squad, and we'd appreciate it very, very much. Obviously, it's a voluntary contribution. You don't have to do it. We are a church, really.
Yes.
Not like Pop World. You know, it's just to help fix the Podiots roof. That's what we're raising money for now, so do consider that. Mikey, do you want to kick us off?
I would love to. My words are, give me a minute, I'm going to get back into it. Well, get ready for some butchering. Jesus Christ, do you think I've been bad the last few ones?
He's ready.
Awful. Oh, all right, here we go. We begin with Lord Brotovic. Podiots, natural order again. Mr. Blobby becomes a golf coach. Poga, red. Specky Becky. Donak, 07. Kermit the Pog. Stephen Scodes. Freddie Weber. Ooh. Or ooh if you want to like that.
It's been spelled there. E-W-E-W.
Ooh. Bartek of Frothingham. Raindrop Joy. Farts McCool. The Achy Breaky Ian Jasper 57, the generous Check the Blobbies, and they say, did anyone check if Dick Marchenko was still twitching? Oh no. Let the man rest in peace.
Rip Dick.
Rip Dick. Oh God. Mr. Macca, and lastly, Ben, can I buy your bass amp, please? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, you can. I'm selling... Well, no, my parents want to sell my bass amp from when I was a teenager. I don't know how this person knows, but I must have mentioned it somewhere.
Yeah, I hope so.
This was a long time ago, maybe a year ago. I think I talked about that.
Wow.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, you can if you want, sure.
So, yeah, there you go. The Capitalist Era podcast. Here we go. It's all about making money.
Yes. We're just going to sell it. It's going to be Facebook Marketplace, the podcast now.
I'm just doing a quick Google because it just occurred to me the mention of Mr. Blobby there. I think Mr. Blobby was involved in some sort of Jubilee celebration.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was on some kind of game show as well recently, wasn't it?
Blobby. Oh, it's just someone in a Mr. Blobby costume at like a street party. I don't know. I feel like he's done something officially recently, but I don't know what it was. Anyway, I'll read my squad now.
Yeah, go on then.
I am herpes free since 2003. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Mr. Blobby becomes a mortician, which has been... That's not how you spell mortician, is it? Don't think so. Nipple H.
No, it's not.
The Far Wall. Caroline, can I have Mum's ashes?
Oh.
Fecal Jugson. Cheggy Bang Bang.
Nice.
Alice. My Melodies of Life. Scooby Drooby Drew. The very generous Jason Allenby, who says, taking a break from Twitter, so this will probably be the last time I join the Pod Squad. It's been an honour. Keep up the amazing podcasts. I will listen to each one.
Thank you for your service, Jason.
Jason, if you still wish to be in Pod Squad, you can probably roughly work it out every 4... Well, I mean, you can donate as soon as the next episode goes out. You'll still be in the Pod Squad. So. You don't have to donate within the last 2 days before a recording. But no pressure. It's up to you. But.
Absolutely no pressure at all.
Mr. Macca, Kurt Cobain, How Do I Tube, Tony Hawk's Prostate Exam, and the very generous Ace at Grace, who says, wish me luck, I'm going for open heart surgery and have been stockpiling your podcasts. Funnily enough, when I first heard Hi Evelyn, I had been in ICU.
Oh.
Mickey, your serial killer facts and ketamine led to some interesting hallucinations. Thanks, guys.
Excuse me?
Oh my God.
Has my side gig been rumbled here? Am I actually dealing?
I think they mean their ketamine and your serial killer facts.
That makes sense. Right. Wow. Have fun with that. Jesus.
That's me. Wow. Well, all the best, Ace at Grace. Hope you do okay with your surgery.
Yeah, absolutely. All the best to you.
Yeah.
Finally, in the Fast crew, we have Make Ben Fast 2022, David Clittinson, Gromit's Lipstick and Cheese. Does that make sense to anyone?
That's lipstick's another word for doggy penis, isn't it?
Oh,
Right. But
Oh.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
right.
I
Okay.
don't know. Okay, do better than that. Come on.
That's just vulgar.
Jenna Russ from Tom. That's very clever, but no. Not falling for it. Return of the Caroline. Caroline, can we play Jackbox? Caroline, no. That's it. That's the story, I think, there. Meaty waffle crust. A brick up my Dettol. Mr. Macca. Prince Beefcakes. Butt cucumber turns brown. Great. Another very clever one. Big Titty Jesus 42. And the incredibly generous Corey Poindexter, who said, long-time listener/watcher, wanted to thank you three for always making me laugh, even through the awfulness of 2020. I bought a first run of the PS Vidiots logo shirt years ago and realised I forgot to ask my question, so I'll tweet it at you. Cheers. Thank you, Corey.
Corey,
very much, Corey.
Absolute legend.
Really
Very
generous donation there.
Yes, absolutely. And that's your Pod Squad. Reminder.
Yeah.
Streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show. And you support the podcast as well. We appreciate it very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Peter, you've got the questions.
I have. I've got the question from Corey that was mentioned there on the last donation. Corey asked, "Hey lads, Corey Poindexter from the donation tweeting a question. What's your favourite thing one of the other two Vidiots has ever brought along? Cheers and many thanks for always making me laugh." Now, there's two things that we should say here. Number one, we can't quite remember whether we have actually just been asked this very recently, because it sort of sounds familiar, but I don't know if it's just from when we've read the question on Twitter from Corey. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think it's not been done. And the other thing is, there are a lot of things, aren't there? And it's difficult to remember them all. So
300.
Yeah, 300 things. Wow, that could
You're
take
right,
on
right.
what was the plot of 300 again? Where were they going? Who were they fighting?
They're fighting the sexy androgynous man god.
they were Spartans, and that's all I remember.
So our things are now officially part of a Spartan squad.
Yes.
Well done then.
Blimey. Well, there's so many different ways to come at this. I really like the recurrent things. You know, I like doing I like doing tournaments, and I like Not the Onions. Those are fun.
Yeah.
But there's got to be some good one-offs.
I think in terms of absurdity and like how much I enjoyed listening to it, it's Ben's dig through of Osama bin Laden's hard drive.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That was
I don't just in the repertoire of things I would never expect to see or experience. That is like just truly astounding, and it was hilarious. It's just everything is hard. I mean, some naughty stuff in there, but some just absolute crackers.
Horse dance.
Horse dance.
Never
Horse
forget
dance.
horse
Horse
dance.
dance. I mean, that's
Some episodes of Tom and Jerry or whatever it was.
yeah.
Yeah, even
Absolutely
bad guys need
absurd.
downtime.
Wasn't it almost the entire catalogue of Tom and Jerry?
I
'Cause I'm
think
sure
so, yeah.
that's what ended up trending. People were saying, "Did you know you can now watch any
And it's
classic
hosted
episode
on the
of Tom and
CIA's
Jerry?"
website.
Yeah, thanks to Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, it's fucking really weird. That's so bizarre. One of my favorite things was Peter's story about Meatface, obviously.
I did wonder who brought that, but yeah, that's an all timer. That's just stuff of legend.
I listened to one of our the season highlights episodes recently, and that was in there, and I did enjoy reliving it actually. Back before we ever knew, and just as each extra fact comes out, you know, like we look at the photo and we're like, oh my god, what is this? And then it's like the kids wanted to keep it and cook it and eat it for their dinner. It's just it's a real roller coaster. Talking of roller coasters, probably one of mine would be the Rosie and Jim cassette saga.
Yeah.
Because we heard about it, and then that was kind of it. And then eventually you got the cassette, and we're like, oh
Yeah,
my
I got
god. But then we
side
only got
one.
half of it because it was melted,
It was the other side was warped and wouldn't play.
warped. And then eventually you got... How did that happen? Did someone send it to you?
Someone had the same tape and sent a recording of the second half. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolute hero whose name I don't have to hand. But yeah, couldn't believe it. I thought it was lost forever.
Yeah.
It
Brilliant
wasn't as
stuff.
scary as I remembered it being, but it was still pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
You just led me back down the rabbit hole of looking at the reviews for Feldhu's.
Oh, yeah.
It's still Feldhu's Fun Foods Podiots Meat Facery.
Meat Facery.
There's still reviews coming in like as recently as a month ago. Jesus.
And remember, all we did was change it to meat products. Someone added the word Podiots, and I think someone else turned it into a meat facery.
Yes.
So it's a real cumulative community effort, that one.
Oh, dear.
Lest we also forget the dog rap.
Dog rap, of
course. Jesus. Well, in a similar vein of musical stuff, the Merry Podmas, the Podiots Christmas song. Oh, that had me grinning from ear to ear. It was magical.
I liked. Actually, this is one of my own things. But,
toot.
purely as a group experience, and the way we all enjoyed it together. I enjoyed the MIDI garlic and chips. You know, where like the MIDI notes like create the actual acoustic sound.
Oh God, it's fantastic! Yes,
and like half the audience were like, "That's one of the worst things that's ever been submitted," because all I could hear was just sound. And then, like the other half were going, "Oh, that was great!" You know, I heard every word.
Yeah, I could
a divisive one.
You know,
I nearly turned off, is what some people said.
Yeah,
I could hear it clear as day.
It's very much what you know the nightmare piano from Mario 64 players when it goes around is the sound of MIDI Jugson.
Yeah,
MIDI Jugson.
MIDI Jugson.
There we go. That was nice.
Yeah.
Few things. So
we
who's
great?
got a new thing that might become an all-time favourite?
I do, because it's episode 100 adjacent.
Ooh.
Right. Oh, okay. Go for it.
Now, you might remember that I reached out to, rather optimistically, to a lot of people.
Yep.
To try and get a video, just audio message to celebrate episode 100. I asked several people. Simon Miller came through.
He did.
And that was it. But I also asked the likes of David Miliband, Dave Benson Phillips, Dick and Dom, Neil Buchanan, and also, what's his name?
Dave Chapman, whose
Dave
agent
Chapman,
said she or he would pass it on to Dave.
Yes, otherwise known as the voice and the puppeteer behind the Neighbour's cat.
And Otis
from Dick and DeBomb. Dick and DeBomb, I don't know why I said that. Dick and DeBomb in the Bungalow. And we often quote The Neighbour's Cat. If you're not familiar with that name, you may well be more familiar with the Stoke-on-Trent song, which is featured prominently in a lot of our output.
Yeah.
So I am thrilled to say that I did eventually hear from Dave.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
I did hear from him. And I have the email chain here. Would you like to hear some of it?
Yes,
I hope it ends with "leave me out of it."
Just leave me out of it. Hi Ben, sorry for the delay in getting back to you. It's so busy at the moment, and thanks for being complimentary about my work. It's no problem to record you a message from the Neighbour's Cat for your 100th episode. Hopefully, iPhone recording will suffice. I'm on a job early tomorrow and then on a flight, so we'll hopefully get it to you late tomorrow afternoon. Is there anything specific? Is there anything specific stuff/content/names you want me to reference, or are you happy for me to just go for it? Best, Dave.
Oh my God.
Wow.
See, there's
I hope
Dave.
this doesn't have a sad ending, Ben.
Well, just you wait. There's a Dave who actually followed through. Dave Bryan, Irish Dave. His family had COVID. That's an excuse. Come on. Hi Dave, not a problem at all. I really appreciate you taking the time to get back to me. iPhone recording is absolutely fantastic. And the main beats are that it's our 100th episode, the three hosts are Peter, Michael and myself. The podcast is called Podiots, and then in brackets podcast/idiots. And we adore the Stoke-on-Trent song. Anything you could do involving that information would be fantastic. And then he got back to me, and I don't know if he was maybe getting cold feet at this point.
Right.
But suddenly he just goes, "Hey Ben, all good, no worries at all. Is there an episode where you reference the Stoke-on-Trent song that you could point me in the direction of so I can listen? Or is that crazy talk?" So I was thinking, maybe he thinks we're taking the piss a bit.
You should have just sent him the game selection video.
Oh, God.
Well,
that was the fart one, though.
Yes, it was. Hi, Dave. Pinpointing a specific moment in a specific episode will prove tricky, but we do quote it often, especially when we've been all over this week, is what I put in quotes. I wish the following explanation would help clear things up, but it'll likely only serve
Especially
to...
when we've been all over this week. Now he thinks you're taking the piss. He didn't before.
I wish the following explanation would help clear things up, but it'll likely only serve to bewilder you. We ran a YouTube channel in 2018 called Vidiots, which Podiots spun out from. And this video is perhaps the first example of us talking about the Stoke-on-Trent song. It is the farting video.
Oh,
No! Why? Why?
Oh, no.
With a timestamp. So he doesn't have to listen to the farting. He just has to listen to the little tombola being spun. I signed it off. I'm so sorry for making you watch that, but hopefully it proves our love for your work is true and just. Thanks, Ben.
I mean, he comes from Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, which was just wall-to-wall toilet humour, so
Yeah, it's
he
very
started
true.
it, basically.
Yeah,
It's your fault, Dave.
he certainly did. He then got back to me in a different new email chain,
Right.
and he sent me a file.
Which you have called horsedanceflv.m4a.
Yes. See,
Okay.
initially I wasn't sure how to reveal this to you. I was hoping I could pretend I had a different thing and then swerve you and surprise you. But I realized that most of the thing is explaining the journey to this point. So it really
Yes,
doesn't...
yeah.
Anyway, it's got a name that doesn't represent what it is. But if you want to press play and then quickly pause it, we can all listen to it together. It's a bit delayed because obviously we are a couple of weeks after episode 100 now and a long time after we recorded it. But are you guys ready for a very special message?
I'm so ready. This guy, no joke, is a bit of an idol, actually, a bit of a hero. Not even Neighbour's cat-wise, but Otis the Aardvark was honestly one of my favourite things as a child.
Are you ready, guys?
So ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
Hello, Podiots.
Oh my God.
It's me, the neighbour's cat from Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, saying, hello, Podiots. Peter, Michael, Ben, the Podiots. Peter, Michael, Ben. It's like the Bible. You've done 100 podcasts. Wow. Think how you could have spent that time more wisely, listening to albums by Desiree, or helping old ladies across the road, even if they don't want to cross, or baking lots of cakes for a loved one. But you didn't. You made 100 podcasts, so well done you. I've done it now. I've said congratulations. Can I get 2 chicken wings? Somebody said if I did it, 2 chicken... It's still recording. Right. Well done.
Wow.
Oh, that's magical.
He came through.
He did. He really did.
What a
The
legend.
places that Vidiots and Podiots has taken us, that we've had personal messages from Dave Benson Phillips, the neighbour's cat. We've got signed photos of Dick and Dom and Ed
We're going to meet
Miliband.
them soon as well.
Yes.
Oh, goodness me.
That's more than I ever could have hoped for. It's weirdly unnerving. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He
Having
knows
him
who
talk
you are
right in your
now.
ears and say your name.
He's watched you fart, Michael.
Oh my God! I feel like that's a badge of honor. I'm gonna take that to my grave. That's it. That's a crowning achievement. Wow.
I've really fucking tested him as well. I could have sent him a real softball, like in terms of here's a clip of us reciting the song. But I just could. That was the only example that I could
That
think
you
of.
can actually find by searching
Yeah.
the channel.
Yeah, but he still came through, and he did it. He did it for us.
And he did it for free.
Well, did I say that?
You didn't. Well, that's what that was a question, not a statement.
Okay, I daren't disclose his fee or any further information because I really don't want people to pester him. But I won't comment on that either way. But he really did us a solid, and thank you, David Chapman.
Thank you very
you.
much, David Chapman. I hope you'll send him this time-stamped bit of podcast, Ben.
Well, I mean, it'll be 2 months after I last emailed
right,
him,
yeah.
so he
So this
might.
was that long ago, was it?
Yeah, it was a while. I think
okay.
he's definitely long since forgotten now, and I doubt that he
fair
would
enough.
be that interested in
No,
in
no,
hearing
probably not. I thought maybe he'd only just got round to doing it because I'm sure he's a busy man.
Yeah, seems like he is. But
He's in Star Wars as well. He's
in Star Wars. He does BB-8, the little ball boy, isn't he? Little ball droid.
It's a testament to him as a person that he not only humoured the email chain, then like went deep into it, like got sent a video and still went along with it.
He wanted to do the research. I like to think it's because he's a professional. He wanted to do the research, you know.
Yeah.
And I appreciate he did it. He didn't just do the voice, but it was like he was halfway through a shoot at Pangborn, you know. 2 chicken wings, please. he was in the middle of,
he's busy.
You know, he's in Slough or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's my thing. I wish it would have been in time for episode 100, but I did leave it until literally 4 days before we recorded to email everyone. So that's my bad. But that is my thing.
Well, what a dream. That's fantastic stuff.
Incredible work. Well done, Ben. Well done. You got. I think you got the best one. The best one came through.
He really went for it. He really did his best, you know?
He did. Yeah. On to another question here. This is from Addy at 2Addy_P on Twitter. Fuck, marry, kill. Mike Wazowski, Woody from Toy Story, and the car from Cars. What's his name?
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. He's only posted photos. He's not even put their names.
Kill
Mike,
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Because he's shit and Cars is shit. And if you like Cars, you're 12. So grow
and I wouldn't
up.
Want to fuck or marry a car.
Fuck Mike Wazowski because he's fit. And then marry Woody because he has job security and he's brave. And he sounds like Tom Hanks.
You don't necessarily have to fuck him because he is only a sort of 4-inch toy. So,
God.
That would prove difficult.
Those are my thoughts anyway. I don't know if you guys agree, but that's what I would go for.
Settle on exactly that. Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that.
Exactly the same. I mean, Wazowski exudes sheer sex appeal, so it was never going to go any other way.
That guy fucks. Quite clearly, he fucks.
He does, and also he's also sort of wacky and slightly accident prone enough that he probably wouldn't make a good spouse. You know, you don't want to have to rely on him for life. Whereas Woody, he's got it all.
Yeah, unless we forget Mike is a one-eyed monster too, so that's good.
Yes, indeed, that's what you want.
God.
Well, we sorted that one pretty quickly.
We did. We fucking fixed that.
Jeez, fuck you, Lightning McQueen.
No. There's no redeeming qualities of that man. He's nothing going for him.
Nope.
There's a question here that I also meant to sort of do at the start because it's a bit of housekeeping. It's only a mini question, but I'll do it now before we get too far along. Actually, no, I'll do it at the end. I'll save it for the very end.
So, God, I forgot the thread, the photo thread. I should add a photo of.
Oh, you should. So stay tuned for some interesting. I know I just literally described it as housekeeping, which makes it sound boring, but it's actually. I think you'll want to hang around for it. So yeah. Time for a thing then. Mikey, do you want to go now or after me?
I would absolutely love to go now, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I come with a tale about a man, and that man's name is Ken Allen, the name of champions. Okay. He's a master of escapism, a daring thief, and a musical inspiration. With fans all across the world, this individual made quite an impact on their time on Earth. Except this wasn't any ordinary man. Ken Allen was actually an orangutan.
Ken the orangutan.
Ken
I
Allen.
could hear you
Mr.
smiling
Allen.
all the way through that, Mikey. I knew there was a twist coming.
The other week, I went down a pit of just looking at orangutan pictures and videos and going, oh, they're great, aren't they?
Was it after that clip that went round of the person being pulled up against the bars? Is that why?
Wait, what? I'm not familiar with that. Oh my God.
Okay, I'll have to find it for you guys. It's
that sounds horrifying. Is it?
It's an influencer stepped through the barrier and went right up to the bars, and then it like grabs him by the leg and it's like yanking him, and he's sort of going,
my God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
I thought they're
pretty.
meant to be
It's
quite
kind of
docile,
horrible.
aren't they, orangutans?
Sorry.
I thought they were meant to be quite docile, aren't they?
You'd think so. I don't know if it's like actively trying to hurt him, but it's just grabbing hold of him. But the person who sent it to me was like, "Oh my God, watch this video, it's hilarious." And I watched it. I was like, Fucking hell, that's not funny at all. That's,
that's
really
terrifying.
scary.
Jesus.
I'll try and find it, but do carry on, Mikey.
Yeah, on the whole, orangutans are generally lovely, gentle creatures and absolute little legends. I highly recommend just going down a rabbit hole of looking at them. My God, I want to meet an orangutan now.
Monkey hole.
Monkey hole. He was one of San Diego Zoo's most notorious residents. He was known for escaping his enclosure to go on walks around the zoo. And in his 30 years of living there, his escape antics delighted tourists to the horror of his keepers. People came from around the world to see escape artist Ken Allen, earning him quite the fan club.
Ken Allen was a BBC presenter.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, in like the 70s with a strong mustache.
Is he a member of that famous family with Keith Allen and Lily Allen? And
Yeah.
there's another one as well.
Alfie.
Alfie Allen,
all those
yeah.
famous Allens. And then also Ken, the escapologist.
This is the best Allen, the number one Allen.
Yeah.
So let's a little bit more background story on Ken Allen. I'm going to say the words Ken Allen a lot because it's just quite. I did something really at least alluring about that name.
Yeah.
Attached to a monkey. It's, so good. So Ken Allen was a male Bornean orangutan who lived in San Diego Zoo from the 1970s until the year 2000. And during his decades of captivity, he became notorious for escaping his enclosures at least 9 times.
Wow.
Quite the artist. His first escape took place on June 13th, 1985. The 250-pound orangutan climbed up his retaining wall at the San Diego Zoo and escaped his exhibit. He walked down a public path towards crowds of weekday tourists, greeting them as they passed. He even took in his surroundings, stopping to look at the other animals as if he was a visitor at the zoo before being led back to his cage by concerned zookeepers. So man, he just wants to have a nice day out, Screw it. You got a zoo on your doorstep. You want to go experience it? Why not?
Yeah.
You never think about that, really, that you can be an animal in a zoo and there could be like a lion there or like an elephant, but like if you're in the wrong part of the zoo, you'll never get to see it.
Oh. There should be a mandated part of whenever you get an animal in a zoo, at least let them look at the other animals.
Give them a quick tour before you lock them up.
Yeah.
In this instance, would not be the last time that the ape escaped. Oh, very good, very good. Sorry, this is I need to find the article I pulled this from, but yeah, a good pun there. Well done, them. But instead of a PR disaster, for a brief time in San Diego, Ken Allen became a folk hero. After that first escape, zoo officials ramped up security in his pen, an open area with a jungle gym made of utility poles and a large moat in the back. Behind the moat was a massive wall, which they then extended an extra 4 feet. But this wasn't enough to contain Ken Allen.
Ken Allen.
Ken Allen. A few weeks later, in July, he managed to climb the wall yet again. This time, he was a bit more irritable. Oh, God. Zookeepers found him in front of another ape enclosure, tossing rocks at another monkey named Otis, a fellow orangutan. And a former penmate who, according to the Los Angeles Times, was not known to be amiable. So clearly Ken had some beef with Otis.
Wow. So he went out of his way to find the arsehole cellmate he used to have and thought, I'm going to throw rocks at him from here.
So already, absolute legend. The escapes continued. That August, Ken Allen found a crowbar in his pen that the workers had left behind.
Oh.
I'm just going to say that's a big whoopsie. I mean,
Yeah.
giving apes weapons is a dangerous move, especially to one that is notorious for getting out and mixing with the guests. But oh well. He then tossed the crowbar at another orangutan, Vicky, who used it to pry open a window and let Ken out. So this wasn't done out of malice. He tossed the crowbar and said, "Here, use this, break me out of whatever I'm being held in."
Wow.
And he got out yet again. After that incident, he was moved temporarily to an indoor pen with a quote-unquote black and white television with one working channel. And I think that's maybe the saddest thing I've ever read. Bless him. Oh, he deserves
No
one
wonder he wanted
channel.
to escape this place.
Yeah.
According to the Times, while zookeepers increased the security... so they put him in there while they worked on his actual exhibit and, bolstered it up to contain Ken Allen. Zookeepers probably should have seen his knack for escaping earlier. He was born in captivity. Ken Allen got his name from the 2 zookeepers, Ken Willingham and Ben Allen. So there's the origin of the name. It's not just because it was a funny name. It's nice. They rescued him from his also captive mother after she attempted to smother him, which, bless him. How could you do that to poor little Ken? Bless him.
He's got two names as well. He's not just
Two first names.
He's not just Ken the orangutan. That's Ken Allen the orangutan.
Mr. Allen to you.
Yeah,
thank
exactly.
you. As an adolescent, he would regularly unscrew the bolts of his cage and explore his nursery at night, returning in the morning and putting it back together before his keepers arrived and noticed what he had done. That's exceptional. I
love that.
Big fan of Ken. Reports of the orangutan's quest for freedom, especially in the 80s, an era known for its schmaltzy patriotism. Sorry. I guess people are just willing to go on to anything that invoked joy and inspiration. It became a major selling point for the zoo. It began printing T-shirts featuring all the headlines written about Allen and sold them for $14 a piece. Free Ken Allen bumper stickers were also printed. I want one so badly. And he was recently immortalized by San Diego's Monkey Paw Brewing Co. with a beer flavor named of the same slogan. One newspaper article described him as the Hairy Houdini, a nickname that stuck. Big fan. Ken Allen even had a fan club consisting mostly of retirees of the zoo who called themselves the Orang Gang. One member, a lab assistant named Twyla Baker, printed a 100 subscriber newsletter called the Orang Gang News. I love this. A San Diego-based psychiatrist named Dennis Gersten, who now sports an eye patch and goes by David, the article points out for some reason.
Right, okay.
Important information. Enough talk about Alan. Let's talk about Gersten. This psychiatrist was so inspired by Ken Allen that he wrote a song about him. I'm going to quickly play just a quick snippet of it because I think it's delightful. A little ape could inspire so much joy. Here we go.
Ken Allen is one hunk of a man. Never speaks too much. He has big old hairy hands. He's got a lifetime sentence for some monkeying around. He said no bars.
Oh, yes, it's a lovely little... It almost sounds like a Neil Cicierega song, but obviously before.
It does
Neil
actually, yeah.
It broke up a lot for me, but what I did hear was he has big old hairy hands. And that's all that came through for me, but I assume the song was as good as that.
It's an absolute bop. I highly recommend finding it. I think it's called The Ballad of Ken Allen. If you search it, you'll find it. It's absolutely lovely. A side note here, in the comments of that music video, I was just scrolling around to see what was in there. The pinned comment had a tale about Ken Allen that I didn't find elsewhere. It goes, "He was so calm. To many people, Ken Allen seemed like he was a trained orangutan. One day, as Ken Allen was wandering around the zoo, a woman handed him her very young baby." Absolutely bonkers. Ken held the baby sweetly and calmly, but word got to the zookeepers very quickly, who arrived on the scene, took the infant from Ken Allen and put it back in the woman's arms with no harm done.
The harm was putting it back in her arms. Take it somewhere else.
Yeah, this woman cannot be trusted with a child. God. Obviously, there's no sources for that, but I choose to believe that because that's... Imagine giving your child to a monkey. That's not right.
It's insane.
Oh, dear. I'm going to skip the bits about Gersten. I'm only here for Alan, not Gersten. But apparently Gersten's wrote more than 2,200 songs.
Wow.
Quite the discography. Meanwhile, zookeepers struggle to contain Ken Allen. So while all this, there's a whole fanfare going on, and I think it's only spurring Mr. Allen along even more. They surrounded the moat's wall with electric wire and hired rock climbers to look for potential escape routes from within the enclosure. Once the orangutan learned not to try anything around uniformed zoo employees, they went undercover, disguising themselves as tourists. What one headline dubbed as, quote-unquote, guerrilla tactics.
Very good.
Eventually, the zoo spies caught him climbing, quote-unquote, like Spider-Man, up the exterior wall before brushing electric wire and giving up. The new security measures seemed to work. According to one report, Ken Allen, quote unquote, settled down as a family man.
Oh,
But that was only a ruse. Oh,
no.
Can't
Ken.
contain Ken. He's unstoppable. 2 years later, so Ken clearly bided his time. He started planning, and let everything die down. Let the hype die down. Let everyone think he's settled down. He's not going to escape again. But yeah, 2 years later, he escaped once again. This time, his enclosure's water pump clogged, causing the moat to dry up. Before anyone noticed, according to a Los Angeles Times article, he walked across the dry moat and hoisted himself onto the rocks outside the enclosure. Now, it doesn't directly blame Mr. Allen here for clogging the water pump, but I've got a feeling he knew what he was doing. He spent 2 years planning this escape route and clogged some bananas up the pipe.
He's been saving banana skins for months and months.
It paid off. Once again, he wandered around the zoo, posing for photos with tourists. A zoo gardener spotted him and cleared the area as security guards converged on him, guns ready. Jesus Christ. Ooh, calm down.
Escalation.
Ken Allen bolted, heading toward the lion pens.
Okay, no.
God, Jesus.
Mustn't.
No, Ken, please, no. Before he reached them, veterinarians managed to corral him back to his enclosure, and he was nervous and agitated, but ultimately unharmed. It was the farthest from his enclosure that he'd ever gotten. Desperate zookeepers added female orangutans to his pen, thinking they could distract him. We thought maybe he was jealous of Otis's 3 female friends. Zoo spokesperson Jeff Jewett told the Times, so we gave him 4 more, hoping his wanderlust would turn into just lust.
Wow. Love it.
Trying to placate your monkey with female friends. Amazing.
What a naughty, horny boy.
Naughty boy. Ken Allen was a bad influence on his new friends, obviously. A few months later, 2 of them, Jane and Kumang, found a 5-foot-long squeegee left behind by window washers and used it to climb up the wall. Jane was found walking on the path near the flamingo exhibit, and they both got out, had a little wander, as Ken taught them to do, and they were both returned to their pen. In all, the zoo spent roughly $45,000 on new security measures, and the escapes finally stopped, sadly. So ultimately, he quit the game with a count of 9 total breakouts.
Good for him.
Yeah. And yeah, it's apparently the scenes when he break out would result in crowds cheering him on as zookeepers would run after him trying to get him back.
Do you know if he's still with us, Mikey? Do you know if he's still alive?
Well, we'll get to that. It's not a bad end. Well, it's not the worst end, but it's not the best. Even for those who remember them, Ken Allen's escapes have become the stuff of legend. When my dad was younger, he and his friends went to the zoo when Ken Allen got out of his enclosure. He was walking around, shaking everybody's hands, looking at animals and having a good time. The local news kept up with him for a few more years, but the coverage gradually faded, and Ken Allen returned to a simple life of sitting in his pen and giving young children the finger.
I love this narrative that, like, whenever he escapes, he goes round posing for photos. Like, they're just applying like human motivations onto this animal that does not understand what a photo is. Like, oh yeah, he went around posing for photos, shaking people's hands, looking at animals in the zoo.
I will not stand for these bad words against Ken Allen. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Maybe
saying
so.
That, I can't find a single shred of evidence about this, the photos. So In the winter of 2000, this is where it gets sad. I'm sorry, every animal story has to end like this. I wish I could find more current animals. In the winter of 2000, Ken Allen began acting erratically and was diagnosed with B-cell lymphoma. The Orangang News published a special 2-page tribute edition and held a candlelit vigil for him. Retired postal employee and Orangang member Marlene McLee told the Times he'd have done the same for us. Sorry, shouldn't be laughing now. This is where I get sad.
Sorry.
Ken, we're all here for you. With little hope of survival, Ken Allen was euthanized and cremated on December 1st, 2000. He was 29 years of age. The zoo installed a memorial in his honor. Then
Was
again,
it just
escaped.
outside of a plane? Yeah.
actually, I need to see this memorial. Yeah, maybe it's like a fitting tribute of him climbing the walls or something.
See if I can find something for you, Mikey.
Thank you. But then again, maybe that's just what they want you to think. Perhaps Ken Allen faked his death in an elaborate final escape plan, and he's laying low across the border in Mexico. And maybe one day he'll return, if only to throw more rocks at Otis.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
that's the story. Oh, there it is. There's Ken Allen's.
Allen, little gravestone. Paying
What-
respects
what-
to this absolute mad lad. It's someone's Snapchat.
It's a lovely, lovely tribute. It's a big slab with a lovely portrait of Ken Allen on it and a little bio about him.
That is lovely.
I'd like to point out that there are approximately 4 photos of this, and then the next one is a memorial to British officers on the same
Right.
as a result of the same search.
That was from a Newsweek article. From actually, God. Oh, I got surprised there. I saw today's date at the top of it. I was like, wait, that's not right. No, that's just today's date. That's from 2016.
Okay.
So that's an old article at this point. But he lives on, and we're here to pass on the tale of Ken Allen. May he live forever.
He's a hero. He will live on in us.
There you go. There's a lovely little bit of monkey business for you.
Very good.
Thank you,
Love
Michael.
It. Thank you very much, Mikey. Big fan of that. And the best thing is still just that he's called Ken Allen.
Ken
Yeah,
Allen
that's-
is such a brilliant name.
It is. Okay, we've got a question here from which one next? From Tommy the Wank Engine at Triglyceride T, who says, "You get to punch someone in the face real friggin' hard, and they'll have no knowledge of it after all said and done. Who do you pick?" And then he said, "Personally, I think I'd go at Dave on Twitter," which is
Whoa.
Dave.
Wow.
Wow.
Dave.
Clenching your fists. Stop clenching your fists. Oh,
So you get to punch someone. There'll be no repercussions whatsoever. No charges of assault. They won't even know that you've done it, but you get the satisfaction of absolutely walloping them.
That's a weird one. It's a special one. Yeah, because it's not just like you punch them in the nose. It's espionage punch.
Yeah, it's purely for your own satisfaction, really.
There are some famous people, obviously, that I would like to punch in the face, but at the same time, there's a number of people who no one will know the name of who I would like to punch in the face.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I hadn't even thought. My mind went to celebrities, but yeah, there are definitely some people I would love to punch in the face.
Yeah.
There's a guy I was in halls with at uni.
Yeah.
Who was just probably the most obnoxious, ignorant person I've ever met in my life. Love to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. It's really easy to go for low hanging fruit.
Yeah, like politicians and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I need to give it a little bit of a personal twist. But God, it would be nice to punch Piers Morgan.
Oh, yeah, that'd
Piers
be a
Morgan.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump, obviously. So
Yeah,
that's
Trump's
just an easy
an
one.
obvious one. And Boris.
I'm trying to if somehow you could go invisible, and I mean, I guess the whole you have to go invisible for this this unacknowledged punch to work, but maybe just someone doing something very important and just sideswiping them at an opportune time and just throwing them off the game, ruining their day.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, take that.
You'd kind of feel like it's not really enough, though, is it? It would almost feel a bit inadequate. I mean, I guess it's better than not being able to punch him in the face, but if all you do is punch him in the face and then he doesn't even know it, it's like,
you
okay,
fixed
well,
it.
What's that?
You solved
exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
Christ. This is a tough one.
Is there anyone in real life that you, obviously, I'm not suggesting you name them, but has something ever happened to you that you would be willing to describe on the podcast where you think, I'd love to punch that person?
I mean, there are definitely people I'd like to punch in the face, but I'm not going to say their name.
No, don't say their names.
Damn.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna go Piers. I'm not Piers Morgan. James Corden. It's not that he's
Corden.
He's not evil. He's just annoying. I think if anyone
Quite
deserves,
punchable.
like it's the kind of person who yeah, you're not going to achieve anything by punching him, and you don't really have to achieve anything by doing it. It's just relatively therapeutic. And
What about a fictional person?
ooh.
Yeah. Or what about someone who you don't want to punch them because you don't like them, but perhaps they've just got a punchable face, just in terms of the texture. Maybe like it would make good slow-mo or something, you know?
Checkers.
Checkers. Dead or alive?
Dead, yeah, dead.
Naked or clothed?
Naked and dead.
Oh no!
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know why the second you said punchable faces, and I've got nothing against this man. I think they're wonderful and they've never done anything bad as far as I'm aware. Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Does
why.
his face
he
just
looks,
annoy you?
No, it looks like it's a face that'd be fun to punch.
That's the thing, like, people often say about Rowan Atkinson that one of the reasons he's been a successful performer as a comedian is that he has a very... it's weird, like, the number of times you see people describe, like, his rubbery face or his posable face or, like... and there'll be people like that who, if you whacked them, it would just look great.
Yeah.
And you know, they wouldn't suffer for it because they would never know. That's part of the terms of the thing. So that you're not doing it out of malice. You're doing it just for pure enjoyment.
Just to see what it's like.
I mean, Ben, you mentioned fictional characters. I'd like to punch Boss Nass in the face.
Boss
from,
Nass.
Yeah, imagine the wobbles.
The wobbles would be good. I'd like to quite punch. I'd quite like to punch. Sauron from Lord of the Rings in the face.
Yeah.
Just because in this headcanon, I'm a hobbit and I live in the Shire, and when he inevitably, you know, marches his armies across all of Middle Earth and takes over everything, I can say to people, I punched him in the face.
I punched him.
I punched that guy in the face, and he doesn't even know. I punched him right in the fucking face. No idea.
Yeah, that would work.
That'd be a fun one.
Might be quite fun to punch nearly headless Nick off of the Harry Potter.
Punch it right off.
And make his head flop.
Oh, that's a good one actually. I think because it'd be like a game, like you know those in pubs where we got to punch the punching bag, so you can hit it hard enough to sever it and make it go flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck J.K. Rowling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. There's plenty of punchable people there.
So many punchable people.
Yeah. So I've got a thing here. It was sent to me, or I was sort of tagged in it, I think, by... let me just open it. I think it was Samuel de Barber. Where's it gone? I had it open before the podcast. There it is. Yes, at Samuel de Barber on Twitter. Tagged me in a tweet thread that did very well early this month. 17,000 likes. Good for them. So I'm just going to read this verbatim, so credit where it's due. I'll name the person in a second, but I just thought you guys would really enjoy this, so I'm just going to read this person's thread. This is by Owl at the Library at SketchSB on Twitter. So, most people are unaware that 101 Dalmatians, the novel, has a bonkers sequel called The Starlight Barking. It has never been filmed. It can never be filmed. It is unfilmable. Come with me on this journey. One tweet out of 8.
I think I've heard about this.
Right. It's really weird.
It's fucking mental.
This is the sequel to 101 Dalmatians, the book. Okay, keep that in mind. So that is basically just about a bunch of Dalmatian puppies. I mean, I don't know to what extent Disney directly adapted it, but my understanding is, you know, Cruella de Vil kidnaps some puppies. She wants to turn them into a coat, and then eventually she gets her comeuppance. That's basically it, right? But the sequel goes like this. One morning, the Dalmatians awaken to find that every human in the world has fallen into a mysterious sleep. But dogs now have superpowers. They can fly, operate doors and machines with their minds, and speak telepathically over long distances. They neither hunger nor thirst.
So I'm a big fan that in the pantheon of superhero abilities, opening a door is in there. I mean, it's right, that is important, but...
Well, I guess the person who was writing this, I don't know, the author of 101 Dalmatians, thought, thing is, if I put all the humans into a deep sleep, all the dogs are just going to be stuck in a house. Like, it'll go nowhere. Pongo, who I believe is the dad dog from the first book/film, swooshes to London to meet his daughter, Cad Pig, who is now acting Prime Minister. A meeting of the cabinet is held, which consists of the dogs owned by every human member of the cabinet. The dogs agree that Cruella de Vil must be murdered. In fact, there are some amazing pictures that go along with this, which I think are illustrations from the book. How can I do this? I'll have to send the tweet to myself so I can show you guys.
Cad Pig.
Yeah,
Cad
I was
Pig,
stuck on that as well. Yeah,
that's odd, isn't it? I'm just going to post it in Discord so you guys can see the pictures, but I would urge you not to read ahead.
Okay.
But there we go.
Okay.
Oh, they're pretty.
This is
lovely.
good
It's
illustrations. Yeah. Dog assassins are dispatched to Cruella de Vil's estate in the hopes of killing her and ending the mysterious sleep. But when they arrive, they find that she is also sleeping. Pongo is now very afraid. Who is responsible for this dark magic? So I guess they assumed that Cruella had done it, but she's also afflicted. A mysterious voice, uppercase V, speaks through the television, commanding every dog in London to convene at Trafalgar Square at midnight. The voice says that it will address every dog in the world simultaneously to make an urgent announcement. At the stroke of midnight, a space dog appears atop Nelson's column. He explains that he is Sirius, Lord of the Dog Star, and that Earth is going to be destroyed in a nuclear war. Sirius loves Earth dogs and wants them to return with him to his home planet. Can I just remind you, this is a sequel, an official actual sequel to 101 Dalmatians. Pongo and Cadpig, who are now the de facto leaders of Earth dogs, meet with their advisors in the National Gallery. They agree that even if the Earth is destroyed, they could never abandon their owners. They will stay on Earth. Sirius accepts their decision with regret. Before returning to his home planet, he warns the dogs that their whooshing abilities will disappear at sunrise. The dogs whoosh home, and their owners awaken, totally unaware of the global drama that transpired while they slept. And that's it, seemingly. That's the end of the book. So I don't know if they sort of die in a nuclear war off camera or what, but that for you there is The Starlight Barking by Dodie Smith, the sequel to 101 Dalmatians.
Okay, but Cadpig?
Cadpig.
Okay.
Apparently that was a character in 101 Dalmatians.
I mean, I heard of Pongo, but I've not heard of Cadpig. And for some reason,
neither.
Cadpig is the hardest part to believe in that entire sequel book.
What I like is that the dogs still hold cabinet meetings, and it's just the dogs that belong to cabinet members have been, they're the now elected or de facto members of the cabinet. I think that's brilliant.
Fantastic. I'm a big fan of the illustration of them all just gathered around, holding the meeting. That's
at the cabinet desk, table, room.
Cadpig.
Ben just can't get over the Cadpig.
What were they thinking? How's it spelled?
It's like two insults. Cadpig.
Cadpig. Okay, so a computer-aided design pig.
Yes. Exactly that.
What in the fuck, man?
know.
Cadpig. I'm looking at Cadpig's Wikipedia entry now. Cadpig is a Dalmatian puppy who only appears in 101 Dalmatians, the series, voiced by Kath Soucie. Of the original 15 puppies born to Perdita and Pongo. Yeah, Perdita, I'm fairly sure. Maybe that was just in the Disney show because they were like, fucking Cadpig, are you joking? She's going to be called Perdita. Perdita is the female protagonist of the 1961 Disney animated feature film.
Yes, yeah, because I remember they're in Kingdom Hearts as well, Pongo and Perdita. I remember their names from it.
So Cadpig must have been the original name, and Disney just thought, absolutely not. We are not calling them protagonists, Cadpig.
There is actually one more tweet at the end of the thread that I somehow missed. It says, this novel has everything. Magical flying dogs, an alien invasion, a team of dog assassins, the prospect of nuclear war. It's absurd that Disney has overlooked this book while churning out prequels and reboots. You're leaving money on the table, fellas.
I agree.
true.
Seeing this put into a big feature film would be spectacular.
Yeah, we had 102 Dalmatians. I would much rather we just had what's it called? The Starlight Barking.
I've gone on the Amazon page for the book to see if
yeah?
there's any fun reviews. The only real standout one is this one from Ron Gribble, 2 stars, headline, disappointing, and the body of the review is just a big step down from 101.
Oh,
Well, we're on episode 101 as well.
Hey!
We are.
So our
my
next episode is
God!
going to be fucking mental.
the next episode is just going to be called The Starlight Barking.
Yes.
I think.
Even if it's got nothing to do with that, that's what it has to be called. Wow.
Good.
That's
Amazing.
mad.
Big fan.
Thank you, Peter, for sharing that with us.
You're very welcome. Bit of a quick one, but thank you to Samuel DeBarber for sending that to me. I thought it was fantastic.
Pig.
So we've got one more proper question, and then I'll move on to the little extra bit of info that I'm sure
The
will
extra
be
50s.
exciting. Extra 50s, yeah. But we've got a question here from Jamie at TrickCartBeast A on Twitter, who says, "It's too hot outside. What do you do to cool down? I put my t-shirt in the fridge overnight."
Ooh, that's
Like
really
that.
smart. Wow.
So it is getting warm in the UK. At time of recording, tomorrow will be the peak of the current heat wave that we're dealing with. I mean, I say heat wave. It's not actually that bad. It's a bit uncomfortable, I think. But well, certainly up in Newcastle anyway. I don't know about you, Mikey.
We're looking at 30 degrees tomorrow down here.
Oh, okay. Well, I think for us it's going to be like 25 or something.
Disgusting.
Which is just it's still too hot, I would say. But I won't complain. But 30, I would complain.
I'm going to be honest. I just kind of suffer in it, and every year I think I should.
You don't even try.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is that we're going through a bit of a heat wave at the moment in the UK, and when it gets hot in the UK, it's not like in many other countries where they have air conditioning because they're used to it being hot for half the year or all the year. Over here, there's not a lot of AC unless you go in like sort of public buildings and things like that. The office has a bit of air conditioning, but it's not that good.
So why would you spend all that money for what accounts to a couple of days a year where you need it? It's just you just suffer through it.
Yep. My car's air conditioning is broken as well and has been for years. So it's terrible. It's not good. I have 2 things that I do to sort of cope. One is get a spare water bottle and stick it in the fridge in the morning before you go to work, and then you have nice chilled water when you come home.
Yeah.
Another one is you get a tea towel, you make it all wet, you sort of wring it into sort of a horseshoe shape, and then you chuck it in the freezer, and then you take it out when it's frozen and you put it around your neck. And if it's really hot, that's what you do, because my flat is directly under the roof and it's south facing and it gets fucking boiling.
Yeah,
And-
your flat. I mean, even the previous flat that you lived in the same area used to get very warm.
Yeah,
so you've been
gets very
unlucky
warm.
with.
The balcony doors don't do anything. Like it's just really hot. I've discovered recently that much like they do on the continent when they open the windows, but they keep the blinds or they keep the shutters shut, and that keeps it cool. I've taken to just keeping my blinds closed all day, every day, and that does actually make a bit of difference in terms of the heat if the sun's not shining in. So.
I could never do that. I feel like I'd just be so miserable sat in that dark room. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be hot, but I don't know, there's something that feels sinful about shutting out the sun.
I'm not in during the day anyway, so it's not.
So you come home to a cool house.
I do.
There you go.
I don't do a lot to keep cool, really. I just, wear a t-shirt and shorts and open the windows, and that doesn't really help much. But I don't think I get quite as bothered by being hot as other people do. I think I'd probably rather be too hot than too cold. Some people say, a lot of people I've heard say the other way around, because they say, oh, if you're too cold, it's easy to warm up, whereas if you're too hot, it's difficult to cool down. But don't know, I guess it just doesn't bother me that much, relatively speaking, anyway.
Actually, I've remembered. I do have a yearly tradition. Whenever it gets hot, it's the sun's coming out, the serotonin boosts here, and it's time to unleash my favorite yearly tradition, and that is cold brew coffee.
Ooh.
And oh my god, people, this is welcome to Full Capitalist Podiots, sponsored by Hario Cold Brew Coffee Pot on Amazon. Spend £20 on a cold brew coffee maker, and I swear to God, it will change your life. It is the best thing I've ever bought. Is you dump a load of coffee into the filter, pour through like a litre of water, leave it in your fridge overnight, then bam, you've got like a week's worth of cold coffee ready to go. And oh, it's so good. It's crisp, it's refreshing, and for me, it's my personal like kind of indicator. Like summer's here. You've got your cold coffee. Let's go. I highly recommend investing in one. So good. Oh, nice.
I'll tell you one thing I do quite like when it's very warm is we get rid of our duvet and we just sleep under a sheet. Oh, there's something about sleeping under a sheet that it's very refreshing. Big fan of that.
I usually it's at the point of the year now where I can't have anything over me, and even paired with a fan, I'm still a bit warm.
See, that's my issue. That's why I use a sheet, because you might just say, well, why not just sleep with nothing to get rid of the sheet? But I can't really sleep unless I've got something on me, so I have to just get the thinnest thing possible.
Yeah, sheet does do the job sometimes. They're very warm. Excellent.
Good. Well, there's some tips.
Yeah.
But if you've got better ideas of how we can keep cool without air conditioning, please do let us know. It'll probably be too late by then, but I'm sure there'll be another little heat wave at some point this summer.
Yes.
So clearly we need a bit more inspiration, probably. So one last question here, just a quick one. Stuart Christ at Stukalicious asked, how close are we to the It Is Beans Time shirt? Well,
What a
Stuart,
great question.
It's a good question, and we're sort of well on our way, aren't we? It will be happening, I think, is what we can say.
Yes, we can say that they do exist in real life. T-shirts have been manufactured. I will be visiting the office tomorrow to give them the Mikey seal of approval, make sure they're all happy with them. And I think very soon you can expect them to grace the store.yogscast shop, and you can buy yourself a lovely new bit of Vidiots merch.
It's a very good design by Michael Johnson.
How can you describe it? It's a visual monstrosity, but in all the right ways.
Yeah.
It looks amazing, and you should all buy 5 of them.
Yeah.
The century of monetization kicks off with a new shirt coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully very soon. It's everything's going in the right direction. We're at the final stages now. So keep your eyes peeled. This could be the shirt you freeze and put in the fridge and wear in the morning when it's all nice and cold.
Absolutely.
Yes, it could
Fridge
be.
shirt.
There you go.
Fridge shirt. Well, fantastic. Is that all the questions and the things?
That's everything.
Brilliant. Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
Well, Michael, speaking of shops, is there one?
Yes, store.yogscast.com. I want everyone at home to be sat F5ing repeatedly on the Vidiots page waiting for It Is Beans Time to drop.
Beans time.
But if you just can't wait and you feel like spending some gosh darn money, you can head on over and find an already absolutely amazing array of t-shirts, all with beautiful, beautiful designs for you to wear on your torso. A hoodie for the summer, or maybe if you're in Australia, it's hoodie time. Hey, come on, get warm up a little bit. Get your hoodies on.
It is hoodie time.
It is hoodie
It
time.
is.
And if you want something to drink your cold brew out of, we also have a lovely Podiots mug. Go check it out. They're all lovely. But yes, new merch dropping soon. Store.yogscast.com.
Fantastic. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all.com/Vidiots
Vidiots Official.
Also bit.ly/Vidiots Official Discord, that being camel case. If you want to go check out our Discord and chat to there are 5 people there now on the Discord. Go check it out. Twitch.tv/Vidiots Official. Sometimes we do stuff there, sometimes we don't. And that's it. Streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. Donate £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show, and to join Pod Squad once again. Mikey, kick us off.
Lord Brotovic. Podiots natural order again. Mr. Blobby becomes a golf coach. Poga Red. Specky Becky. Donak 07. Kermit the Pog. Stephen Scordes, Freddie Webber, Uwu, Bartek of Frothingham, Raindrop Joy, Farts McCool, the Achy Breaky Ian Jasper 57, The Generous, Check the Blobbies, and Mr. Macca, and Ben, can I buy your bass amp, please?
Yes.
Also, I am herpes free since 2003. Mr. Blobby becomes a mortician. Nipple H, The Far Wall. Caroline, can I have mum's ashes? Fecal Jugson. Cheggy Cheggy Bang Bang. Alice, My Melodies of Life. The Scooby Drooby Drew. Jason Allenby, who was very generous. Mr. Macca. Oh, I missed out Cunt Cobain last time.
No, Cunt Cobain.
I'm so
no.
sorry, Cunt Cobain, for missing you the first time round. It's an excellent name. Thank you very much.
Oh, bless, no.
How do I YouTube Tony Hawk's prostate exam? And the very generous Ace at Grace. Sorry, Cunt Cobain.
Sorry, Cunt
At least
Cobain.
you've had your moment in the limelight now with us all repeatedly saying
Cunt
the words
Cobain.
Cunt Cobain.
Cunt Cobain.
Cunt Cobain. We also have Make Ben Fast 2022, David Clittinson, Gromit's Lipstick and Cheese, Jenna Russ from Tom, Return of the Caroline, Caroline, can we play Jackbox? Caroline, no. Meaty Waffle Crust, A Brick Up My Dettol, Mr. Macca, Prince Beefcakes, Butt Cucumber Turns Brown, Big Titty Jesus 42, and the absurdly generous Corey Poindexter. Thank you so much, Pod Squad, and Cunt Cobain as well. And if you go to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations, donate £3 or more, you can join them on the next episode. Thank you so much. Peter, I don't suppose you have to handle what is out on Vidiots this week.
Oh, I did. I've closed all my tabs after my thing. Oh no.
Beans time.
We'll never know. No, I'll just get it.
Damn.
Just one
I
moment.
mean, in the meantime, Mikey, where can people find you on the internet?
At Parrot Boy on Twitter is the best place to keep up to date with all my antics and shenanigans. I stream once a year at this rate on Twitch, but hey, keep an eye out. When I do a Twitch, it's all the more magical, right? Right? Yeah.
You can also find Ben and I on social media at confused_dude and at that Peter Austin.
Yes.
That's over on Twitter. Or we are together at Team Triple Jump, doing all sorts of things. You've got Rules Boss over there. You've got cooking, worst games ever as well. Lots of things that were once proud members of the Vidiots world and are now no longer ours. Yes. Okay, so here we go. I may have said this last time, but Skyrim Grinch Challenge, piece of cake. Worst cooking ever, the official Worst Games Ever meal.
Oh,
Skyrim Zoo, Chapter 11, The Rabbit Apocalypse Cometh. Sunday Funday, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Memory cards, including Crazy Taxi, Metro Last Light, and something else. Podiots Episode 6, A Took. Oh, there's going to be a lot as well, because it's been that long since I read one. But here we go. Person Tat number 13, The Music Man Cometh. Worst Games Ever Game Selection, 17th of May. Prove It, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, Part 1. Worst Games Ever Shell Shock 2 Blood Trails. Skyrim Zoo Chapter 12, a Mammoth Edition. Sunday Funday Little Big Planet. Memory cards for May 21st. Prove It, Spyro Part 2. More gameplay there. Live action challenge coming up. Post Tat number 14, Happy Birthday Ben.
Oh yeah, it was my birthday.
Han Solo. Yeah,
while we're
Han Solo
away.
Connect Dance Challenge, piece of cake. Then the raw green screen footage as well. It's an unlisted video. Prove It, Ripto's Rage Live Action Challenge. Skyrim Zoo Chapter 13, an icy excursion. Sunday Funday, You're in the Movies. That's a classic.
Yep.
Memory cards for 28th of May. Next page. Podiots Episode 7, Craving McNuggies. Post some tat number 15, name redundant. Worst Games Ever game selection for the 31st of May. Becoming Apes, Crisis on the Planet of the Apes VR. Where we sort of got in trouble for
did.
the way we played a game. Worst Games Ever for Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 06. Thought Park's The Walking Dead Living Nightmare Extreme versus 3 Vidiots was the title, apparently.
It's a good title.
Sunday Funday UFC Sudden Impact featuring MMA on point. Memory cards for June the 4th. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Post some tat number 16, the one where they're all drunk. That's a good one.
Hey.
Tiny Peter dancing compilation .mpeg.wma.mp4. That's the compilation of what people did with the green screen footage. Tony Hawk's random control scheme challenge, piece of cake. Thought Park vlog, we lost Billy again. Skyrim Zoo chapter 14, Jesus Christ, it's Dragonborn. Sunday Funday, You're in the Movies part 2. Memory cards for June the 11th. Merch has arrived. That was our first merch when we were in the piss alley.
Yes.
With the VS1 shirts. Podiots episode 8, The Wizinator. Post some tat number 17, Y'all Need Jesus. Worst Games Ever game selection for June the 14th. Prove It, Passepartout, The Starving Artist, Part 1. Worst Games Ever, Pimp My Ride. Skyrim Zoo, Chapter 15, The Responsible War for Skyrim. That's the series finale, actually.
Yeah.
Sunday Funday, Jurassic World Evolution. Memory cards for June the 18th. Prove It, Passepartout, The Starving Artist, Part 2. Post some tat number 18. And that was on the 20th. So that's it. Oh, and making, on the day this podcast comes out, making celebrities in Fallout 3 challenge.
With Mr. Bean on the thumbnail.
Yes.
geez.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Goodness me. So there was a lot to catch up on there because obviously for the 2 episodes we recorded in Bristol, we did not do what's happening this week. So maybe I should have literally done just what was happening this week and missed out a whole chunk. But no,
we're
I
gonna
shouldn't.
do it properly.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff. Go relive the year of Vidiots right now.
Yeah. That was honestly about a month and a half of Vidiots there.
So much Vidiots.
Plenty to go at. Pimp My Ride, Worst Games Ever, got 105,000 views.
Great.
Holy shit.
We should just redo some of these, I think, on Triple Jump.
Yeah,
Some of the
probably.
highest
Honestly,
viewing
yeah, you
ones,
really
we
should.
just redo them. And
Yeah.
just change who plays them. Wonderful. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Why not leave us an iTunes review or a review/rating on your platform of choice? It helps to do something with Al Gore's rhythms, I think. Is that it? Something like that, isn't it? 5-star review, please. Help us out. Share us around. Tell your friends. We are, as we mentioned before, going to go and see Dick and Dom live. And we do have access to a VIP meet and greet. And we do want to bring them something weird to sign. Something very strange. Perhaps, not necessarily as the final question, but maybe those of you who are thinking of joining Pod Squad for next episode, maybe you could suggest items in your Pod Squad names for us to bring along.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of a final question, though?
Oh, final question.
How do you keep cool? Because we apparently don't have that much in the ballpark. When I hear some really out there bonkers stuff.
Going to die.
Clever stuff.
Well, we'll catch you soon, everybody. Look after yourselves. Bye.
Bye-bye.